I'm George, and welcome to another episode of Coventry Culture Chats. And I'm here. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Sue Marshall. I'm one of the subject librarians for business.
So we're here sitting in the library, which is a very important part of any student's life. I think it's the same in China. But as I say, Sue, you are a subject librarian. What does that mean?
Okay, what it means is really that I have responsibility for a particular subject. I mean, our correct job title is actually academic liaison librarians, but we have responsibility for a particular subject, so we sort of specialise in that. We have the knowledge about the resources that relate to that subject, sort of the databases, the key books. We kind of understand the subject area, so when students come to us wanting help, we're able to direct them, and we have kind of that understanding of what actually it is that they need. There's lots of ways in which we actually will help students. Perhaps the first contact they would have with us when they arrive is sort of maybe during induction week, and we will just introduce ourselves, say what our role is in supporting them. We're somebody that they can come to if they have any questions. We do one-to-ones, and we will arrange to do the information literacy teaching, which is delivered. It depends on the course. It's different. Yeah. It varies, and often we try to do it at a time when they've perhaps got their first piece of coursework and they've been told to go away, find some literature, find an academic journal article.
I think that's a great place to start. So, obviously, in China, people tend to use the library in a little different way.
Yeah,
it's a place to go and study, whereas here, students are expected to go and find information, assess information, understand, which can be quite a big change.
Yeah.
So, God knows how many books are in this library, because, as you mentioned, databases, there is the amount of information here is limitless. I mean, we have the databases are kind of databases we purchase in, so that gives us access to a whole variety of information. Those are ones we pay for. In addition to that, there's other information which is freely available that we can guide them to, and then there's the print books, there's electronic books. So there is a whole kind of, just such a vast amount of stuff that's available. And that's kind of what my job is there to kind of help students navigate their way and help them to understand why it's important not just to use the books that is on their reading list. I mean, they're a great starting point, but also to move beyond those books and to kind of try and find information for themselves so that they can get a good discussion going in their coursework and get that sort of critical analysis, which is something that they're always asked for, which may be different and something maybe that they've not come across in China. I think my understanding is they tend to sort of use one or two books and they don't deviate from those, whereas here you would be expected, you must find the material. So you have to find your own ideas about something, not just repeat it. And just simplifying, so when the business students specifically for yourself have a piece of coursework, would they email you? Would they just come here to find you?
A bit of both, actually. I mean, it's usually better to email me just because often we're busy or we're in meetings or we're doing teaching. So it's always best to email, to get an appointment. But I'm one of a team of subject librarians, so there are other colleagues. So sometimes if I'm not available, I can refer on to one of my other colleagues. If it's just a very basic question, it might be not subject specific, any of our team would be able to answer.
And can you provide some advice about the books or authors, or is that...
It's very difficult because the subjects are very, very wide, so there will be key authors. What I would say is to make use of those reading lists, which will be on Moodle, the VLE, and use those as your starting point. Those will be the ones you absolutely must look at. There's the essential reading and then the recommended reading, and they link through to the catalogue so you can see where they are. But yes, those would be the key reading. And also to you know, to be responsive to recommendations within lectures as well, because the lecturer will recommend particular either books or particular journal articles.
Good. This is why you listen and take notes in lectures.
Yes,
Just
definitely.
to be clear.
Yeah.
Also, say the lecturers know the books. You liaise with the school.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's not, you're not by yourself here with your own ideas. This is a conversation.
Yeah.
In school.
Yeah.
Almost saying
Yeah.
this is year by year an evolution of theory, I guess.
Yeah, I mean the module leaders will suggest books, and then we will make sure that we have enough copies in the library or they're available electronically. So we work with them to make sure that we have all the books that are needed for each course. Yeah.
Fantastic. So, just to summarise, come to the library to learn, and a lot of that will be different than in China. You will have to read, understand, and critically analyse. So find out, do you agree with what they say, and why? Why not? And that's not something that you're going to be helping with.
No, but we do have the Centre for Academic Writing who can give a lot of advice for that. They're actually sort of part of the library and just located just outside the library. So we do work with them, and we quite often, if students come to me asking about resources, the conversation often moves on to, well, I'm not quite sure how to write this up.
Yes.
And so the Centre for Academic Writing can really help with that.
Yes, and we will have some more information with them, hopefully soon. Many of the students, a lot of my conversation with the students, the Centre for Academic Writing have been a huge help to them. I think they're fantastic. So is there anything you would really like the students to know about the library before they arrive? Just
that we're here to help you. I think, maybe you've not been used to asking for help. I mean, that's what we're here for. So, do ask for help. There's, I'm part of the subject librarian team, but there's also other people in the library that can help. There's the roving assistants wearing purple t-shirts, and just everybody here is willing to help in whatever reason.
And I will be sharing in the description a link to the library resources where you can see videos, where you can read more about what's going on. And remember, as you said, this is what the librarians are paid to do, to help you. Yeah. That's literally their job, so don't feel bad about asking. So thank you so much for your time.
Okay, you're welcome.
And everyone, if you have further questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch.
Okay, thank
Goodbye.
you. Bye.